Wise Asia. So this video is doing specially for you guys, Seasonal Vantage Insiders. So this is a brand new week today. So today, as I'm doing this video, it is on the 10th of July, 2023 on a Monday. So let's take a look at the calendar right now. So I'll be focusing on the seasonal stocks that is from the 9th of July to the 16th of July. So basically this one whole week lah, from Sunday to Sunday over here. So as usual, before I kickstart this session, just a disclaimer first, whatever I share in this video is just for education purpose. It is not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. So LS could be wrong. So please do your own due diligence. Okay. So let's get started. And some very quick announcements first. Okay. So if you remembered previously, I sent you guys the email, right? So the email subject at the front of the email subject, I put seasonal vantage, okay, which I felt was a bit too long. So you cover the more important subject, that kind, okay. So I will just put, okay, easy for you to see. So from now on, instead of seasonal vantage, the whole words, right, I will just put, okay, SVI. So seasonal vantage insiders. Okay, so easier for you to see. So once you see the SVI, you should open the email because this is only meant for you only, those who purchase the seasonal vantage report. Okay, so later I'll go through this thing called the defensive sectors. Okay, so as I mentioned during my usual public Facebook live on Friday, last week Friday was on the 7th of July, Friday. So I talked on the sectors, industry, as usual, the stocks and such. Okay, why I thought the market could go up a little bit more, but okay, judging from the price action on Friday close, Friday close, right? Okay, initially when I was doing the Facebook live, the market was actually very strong. So you can see that the market actually went up. But towards the end of the closing, okay, market dived down. You can see that it became a red candle over here. It became a red candle over here. All right, can see over here, right? This is the S&P 500 futures. And I also mentioned during that the anchor view actually, today right now, uh, before the market opens, is the futures market, it is now below the anchor VWAP, okay, over here. So the market seems a little bit bearish, but okay, the market also do have some confusing signals, while the big indices, the usual indices, the S&P, the Nasdaq 100, were down. The mid cap, small cap over here, you can see my chart over here. The mid cap was up about 0.94%. The small cap was up 0.99%, 1%, and the equal weight 1000. All right, it is also up 0.7%. So we shall see whether the market can continue to hit higher this coming week. Okay. And as I mentioned last Friday, right, the options expiry, okay, which is happening on the 21st of July. So I think I mentioned before during my Facebook live, okay, it's OPEX 2023 over here. 21st of July over here, it is the OPEX day, the options expiry day. Typically heading towards OPEX, it tends to be higher, and generally after OPEX, okay, the market tends to be a little bit weaker. Okay, but it is not always like this, but a lot of time it is like this. So if the market really does come down, I believe that after 21st will be a good bet. But okay, it might not happen this case. And judging from a lot of the bullish sentiment from gathered from Twitter, I don't know, the market correction could come a little bit earlier. And judging from the market breadth, it is high, but overly high. But of course, market can come down anytime. Okay, so we have to prepare for this kind of scenario. So what if the market really do come down? So what are some of the stocks that you should be looking at? And in this example, right, I to be very honest with you, okay, I have no idea how the market will pan out, because it is that a little bit more tricky, okay, than the usual, because it has already moved up quite a bit already. All right. So judging from some of the conflicting signals, right, a bit tough to trade equities, which is stocks, recently. So as such, right, I would prefer, okay, for this week or next week or so, we see how the market perform this week first. Okay, I'll prefer to go for defensive sectors. So you can see from the chart over here, from not chart, let's see over here, defensive sectors, right, are basically, companies that tends to be, stable, okay, defensive, okay, regardless of market performance. And these are the stocks in the defensive sectors are like, uh, household product, food producer, pharmaceutical, utilities. In such, okay, they are the, let me try to put here. So, which means that they are the sectors would be XLU utilities, okay, and then XLP is the sectors. XLP, this is the consumer defensive. Let's say, for example, if you add in the XLV, that would be the health sectors. But in this video, I'll prefer to focus on just the utilities and the XLP, the defensive sectors, because I look at some of the data over here, it looks not too bad over here. So let's kickstart over here. So let's go to the usual data. So this is the where is it? SeasonalVantage over here. Okay, so right, looking at the 9 to 16. So from the doesn't have 9 over here, so it start from the 10th of July. Okay, so from at first glance, you can see some of the technology stocks, financial, industrial, all this. So I am not really keen right now because industrial, even though it is so strong, okay, it is really up there based on the market breadth. So a bit hesitate to enter, okay, and judging from the price action that it is not really that strong right now, the indexes, okay, so I'll be hesitant. So I'll look at the utility. So you can see from at one glance, right? Okay, there are quite a few utilities, stocks over here, and consumer goods. There are also a few over here. For the data wise, like consumer good, it can be consumer defensive and it can be consumer discretionary. So you have to see it yourself later. Okay, so you can see that from 9 to 60, there are many stocks. Okay, so let's filter out just from the utilities and the consumer goods over here. So if you purchase the SeasonalVantage Plus version, you should receive this Excel data over here. So, all right, it's very simple. You just click on this filter, okay, and we just want to focus on the July, and the sectors that we want to focus on is actually the utilities and the consumer goods. Also, just unselect all. Can see that the first of all, we have to choose the date first. So let's focus on just this week, okay? So I just only want to select from 10 to 16, right? Is the date 10 to 16? Let me see. 9 to 16. Okay, 9 to 16 over here. Correct. Okay, so 9 to 16 to be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. 14. Okay. So it's 10 to 14 over here. There's no 16 date over here. So let's just focus on 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 over here. So all the dates are over here for the 10 to 14 July over here. Okay. Now we can focus on the utilities. So consumer goods, there's only 9 stocks. Utilities, there are quite a few. Okay, 18 utility stocks over here. So we just take these two. Okay, all right, and then just click OK. And these are the stocks that you should be focusing on. Okay, for this week from the 9th of July to the 16th of July. So all in all, yeah, I think there are about. Oops, let me see. 27 stocks over here. Okay, 27 stocks over here. All right, so for me personally, I am using another tool that is this market in out. Okay, you do have to purchase that. So this is additional tool that I always, because it can do a lot of stuff. You can do a screener, you can do a watch list, you can do a back test. It can basically, the function is to screen up, but it does have a very good watch list as well. So for simplicity's sake, right, I already put the 27 stocks over here, okay, 27 stocks over here, okay, into this watch list over here. So at one glance, right, you can see that these are the utility stocks, okay, and all this, okay. The things that I'm focusing on will be actually the relative strength over here. So I will be using the relative strength to see what are the pretty good ones over here. So you can use a 1 week, 2 week for me. So for those who don't know, relative strength is comparing to a benchmark. For example, is it comparing to the New York Stock Exchange? Okay, is it comparing to the Nasdaq exchange? So for market in out is a bit different. So it benchmark against the exchange. So if the stock is inside New York Stock Exchange, you benchmark against the NYSE. So if the relative strength is 94, for example, which means that it is very strong. There's only 0 to 100. So which means that this is 94% stronger than all the stocks in the exchange. Okay. All right. So if ED means that 89, means that it is 89% stronger than the rest of all the stocks in the exchange. So I'll just do the 1 week relative strength over here. So I like to see that those that have increasing relative strength, okay, uh, within the past 3 months. So you can see that, ADM, Archer Daniel, is not too bad. You can see that from three months ago is 28, slowly to become stronger, 89, 92, 94. Okay. Great Pepper also not too bad, 15, 11, 69, 44. Then okay, 91, that kind. Okay, these are few not too bad. ED, okay, these are the utilities company. You can see that 20, 32 is increasing, okay. 40, 73, 60, 40. Now these are increasing very strong. So, okay, let's take a look at the chart right now. So you can see, let's go for utility first. Okay, so you can see that ED is consolidated Edison over here. And yeah, it actually is not too bad. So you can see for ED, so it has been in a downtrend, okay, not strong because overall the general market is very good. Utilities, those consumer defensive sectors will tend to underperform. But right now it is have some strength over here. Can see that it is starting to surge, okay, for the past 1 week or so, okay, and then has a pullback. Right now it is holding well at the central pivot range over here. So if you add in the okay, all right, you can see that it is hovering at the pivot point over here. You can see the lines over here. All right, and then looking at this, oops, it is, oh, I should look at the market in out. So sorry. Okay, market in out. So center point is also not too bad also. CMP, okay, Southern Coal, WEC. So there are a few that I am keen to look at. Okay, in fact, all these the top few like ED, CMP, SO, WEC are all not too bad. ES, another one that I'm looking at actually is this Amaranth Corp. Amaranth Corp is AEE. Okay, AEE. AEE. Right. Well, a lot of these utilities stocks, they tend to exhibit this kind of price action. So there's a surge up, okay, rally up, one leg up, and then that one is having a correction right now, okay. And this one, it is actually close below the prior low. So tonight there's a potential chance, if it goes up, there is potential chance that you have a wash and rinse. Wash and rinse meaning that this candle close lower than the prior low over here, and then the next day price reverses back up again. Okay, so for those who don't know what's wash and rinse, never mind. Along the way, you learn from me, okay, a lot more, or from Bini, one of the speakers at the Market Insights Virtual Summit. Okay, all right, she has been one of the regular speakers as well. So these are a few of the stocks I'm looking at. Okay, so center point, I think it's also not too bad, not too bad. CNP, see, also not too bad over here. And if you look at the calendar over here for CMP and all these, okay, like the utilities, right? You see all the Southern, ED, all are this week, okay, 11 July to 26th of July to the until about the end of July also. CMP center point 11 of July to 27 of July, okay. And marine it is 11 of July to 27 of July, okay. All in all, focus on these utilities stocks over here. For the consumer defensive, right, that I'm looking at, it is this, okay. ADM KDP looks quite strong also. But let's take a look at chart. Arthur Daniel. So ADM, it has been quite strong for quite a while already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is 10 trading days, more than a week already. Okay, about 2 weeks already. So unless there is a pullback, all right, I generally don't like to chase stocks that has been up for many days lah. Okay, and then KDP, it is pepper. This one slightly better. So it is not as, it is weaker. Okay, definitely weaker. Okay, can see that prior to that, price has been going down. Okay, and then going up and then come back down again. So today or tomorrow onwards, when the market opens, if price can hit higher, then it'll be looking interested to try for long also. So yeah, these are the utilities and the consumer defensive stock. This is a beverages, F&B, as in beverages are non-alcoholic. So you can take a look at that. So, but I think the key thing is to ask you, to focus on the stocks that, you should be focusing on over here. So the utilities and the consumer goods. Okay. And yeah, this will be the sectors that I'll be more interested in for this week. So for last week I only actually entered EWZ. If you remember, okay, I told you about the ETF thing. Okay. So yeah, so it was stronger towards initially, but towards the end, it there was a little bit of selling over here, but overall price action still looks not too bad. Okay, I do have a position inside, so we'll see how it goes. But all in all, okay, for equities wise, I think that it is a little bit tricky for last week and this week. Okay, not that easy, I feel. So I think your stock selection will be very very important. And as I mentioned last recap, I'll be focusing on the utilities and the consumer defensive stocks this week. And I hope the Excel will share with you how to really can filter out and go and check it out, these stocks yourself, and make a informed decision, when you want to enter, when you want to exit, etc. Okay, so I hope you find this video useful. So any question you want to send to me, right? Okay, for the seasonal vantage, right, you can send to admin at marketwiseasia.com. I'll be more than happy to answer your question. So with that, thank you so much. Have a good week ahead and safe trading.